again with my AgTech Dogwalk. Someone misses their dog. See, they're so excited about talking about AgTech too. Long week in World Agritech. So while they're getting their energy out wherever they went, I guess I'll talk a little bit about the week. So World Agritech, if you weren't there, don't know anything about it, was it Tuesday and Wednesday, so in San Francisco. Bunch of startups, businesses, and ag tech investors, all sorts of crazy people. And honestly, I put a little meme out the other day. I was maybe actually expecting it to be a little more depressing for some. I mean, there's things that are still a little depressing for some groups for sure, and there's some desperation out there. There's no doubt about that. But actually, I was kind of surprised that everyone was pretty chipper and excited and had their best face on. And another thing I noticed is, while traditionally it's been a very investor focused conference, I guess this is my first time there, I saw just a lot of business people in the space trying to get deals done and partnerships and, you know, working together. And I think that's been actually very enlightening to see, because the focus so much has been around investment, build up. And the reality has gotten to is, okay, let's make some shit work. Let's get her done. And I could see that energy, and talking to a lot of other groups, they kind of felt the same way. It was not as investor focused. And I think while there's some of that going on, no doubt, it just didn't feel like that was the shining light of it all. It was people talking, trying to figure out how to make this stuff work in ag tech, and all the parts of it. Doesn't matter what it is. Now, I didn't get to really watch much of the presentations either. That's really not my style. I've been to so many over the years and been around too many shows. They all kind of circle around being the same thing. But what I do is I got into the trenches, and I think that's where a lot of people were doing too. You know, the people at the booths there, talk to the people, what's really going on. While presentations and the speeches and all this are great, yeah, they just don't really do the job. Not for me. I like to hear directly from the people and get their real thoughts. And overall, from, like I said, my consensus is people are starting to figure some stuff out. There's still a lot of issues at hand. There's still adoption problems. But we're all trying to fight through it. And even myself, I've got some ideas to help some groups out there from, you could call it a consultative point of view. Let's just say I'm going to try to gamify AgTech software through training. So much like how people review software or gamers review it through like Twitch and stuff. That is something I'm going to be rolling out here soon. I got a lot of interest around that. So if you're watching this and curious and want a different take on how people can see your software, how it works in a real person live view, I would actually be doing it while someone tells me how to do it. It's my way of trying to, I guess, kind of help. And while I do these video things too, it kind of brings the whole flavor together. So that's just one bit of it. Anyways, there was a lot of want to upgrade people's processes in how to get people to use the software, and not just see it and get more sales or whatnot. It's the people that actually use it or have paid for it, to get them to use the full software or solution. It's a very common thread that even the paid customers only probably use 10 to 20% of what's there, and the rest kind of just try things here and there. They're maybe too scared to hit a button. They don't understand what that does. They don't want a sales call for 2 hours and be pitched every 10 minutes on an upgrade. They just kind of want to find a better way to use it. And that's just general, the wants. And you might have 5 to 10% of the users are power users. And that's not enough. That needs to be much higher. It's much higher in many other realms of other software, and AgTech is not doing good at that. So I think overall there's a want to just push all this more and get more of it going. Try a different method, not let's raise money and disrupt this. Let's actually make money and spend this in the right areas where we need to. And I got that from everybody. And while there is going to be still a lot of craziness this next year, and some groups aren't going to make it, many in the startup room, I mean, there's some great ideas in there, and I saw some ones that are more maybe shining than others. I didn't talk to all of them, but there's definitely excitement, and there's some buzzwords, you know, AI and regenerative and all that crap. And I hope some of those groups can just make those things realistic and actually work, and it's not just a buzzword for marketing. But time will tell. We'll see. I'm not putting them down yet. Time will tell. But overall, there's going to be a lot of acquisitions too this next year. A lot of changes. There's no doubt in that. The valuations, from everything I heard, were, oh yeah, they're not great. Some are better than others. Some are starting to get to cash flow positive. Some are doing it and doing really well, and most are still kind of in the grind, trying to get there. But overall, like I said, everything was pretty positive, beyond a few little things here and there. And I think the main concern has been, let's just not, you know, pardon my French, let's not fuck this up. Let's get it right. Let's do some things right and learn from our mistakes the last 10 years. If we made them. Not everyone made them. At least to the full extent of others, like we've seen. Raise a bunch, not make any money. You have to let go of most of your staff or change your entire channel or process. We know who we're talking about there, so I know you'll call them out, but I'd just say there's a renewed excitement, and it's not so investor focused as much. It didn't seem, and that's good. That's what the industry needs. That's what ag technology needs, is just real results. And myself and others were, I think, pleasantly surprised that it's getting there. There's a shift. This reset I've been talking about is happening. Still a lot of time to see what actually really happens, and you know, something can blow things out of the water too, I guess. Weather, that's how ag works. You could just have a crappy year of weather and markets could drop or go up or go all over the place. Hard to say. The world's a weird place. Election year, who the hell knows? Farm bill's not done. There's a lot of questions still out there, so it's not like this is some, oh my god, things are great. Things are not great. They are okay in some areas, better in others, and worse in others. So it's all about perspective and understanding where these groups are at too, and the ones that have been in it for a long time and where they're at, and where newcomers are trying to go at it too. So have some perspective. Let's not assume too much. Let's not perceive ourselves into our own corner. Let's get some shit done, man. Let's make AgTech work. Let's make AgTech happen in a better way than what it's been done. And maybe in doing that, we maybe need to split it off a little bit instead of being one word, because there's so many different sectors of it. It's so easy to use that. Maybe we need to break this down a little more too, because there's almost too much confusion of it just being this thing. And you can see that even in the biological space and software space and the robotics space, the AI space, the whatever, carbon side of it. All these need to be separated better so we can better understand and grasp it, and people can sit in their sectors and they can kind of be on their own, and be handled differently. because that's been a problem. So anyways, that's what I got for today. Those two are excited. I'm fairly excited. I'm tired though, so I'm gonna rest, and we'll maybe talk more tomorrow. Until then, see you guys.